Welcome again, grade 3. This is the third video which explain page 30 factors that affect climate. Now, I know that this page is kind of full of information as you see here. It is hard to highlight important information, so I don't want you to study it from the book. What I want you to do is to draw just like my drawing. I will take some pictures for my drawing and my way of teaching. I will put them in the post and you can take them. Okay, I want you to copy them on a notebook, on a piece of paper, on whatever you want. This way make studying easier for you. Okay, yes. Now, factors that affect climate. In the previous videos, we knew that climate is the weather condition in certain place for long period of time. Okay, today, we're going to learn some factors that affect climate. Now, the first factor is water, the second factor is height, and the third factor is mountain or our mountains. Okay, so we're going to talk about three different things. We're going to talk about water, height, and mountains. The first thing is water. And by water, I mean, some water escapes like ocean, sea, lakes. Okay, so there is very important thing about water that it absorbs and gives off energy more slowly than land. So it doesn't get heat very fast. It is heated slowly, and it doesn't cool down fast. But it is cooled slowly. This is very important. Why important? Look to my drawing. Now, as you see here, I drew two different seasons, which are summer and winter. Let's talk about summer first. Now, this here is water, ocean, sea, okay? And here is the land. The air is moving from water to the land. Now, because we're in summer, the land is very hot, okay? But the water takes less energy than the land, that make it cooler than the land. So here, water is cooler than the land. So air which is coming from water and moving to the land is cold. So air moves from ocean, from the cooler place to land, which is hot place. This cools down the land. So places around water, around oceans, seas, are let's say they have less temperatures than land which has no water around it. Okay, that's it about summer. Now let's talk about winter. As we said, water or ocean give off energy slower than the land. So it doesn't become cool very fast. So it is warmer than the land. So the air which is moving from the water to the land heat up the land. It doesn't cool the land, it heats the land. So air moves from water, which is the warmer place, to land. This helps heating the land. So lands that are around the water or near water surface will be warmer than other areas in winter. That's it about water. Now let's talk about height. There is very important information about height. Air temperatures get colder as you go higher in the atmosphere. That means higher places like mountains, they have colder air temperature and climate than lower areas. So the more you went up, the more the temperature will decrease. So it is very cold in mountains, but it is not as cold as mountains in the valley. So as you see here, mountains are cold and valleys are warmer than mountains because higher places have lower temperature. Okay, this is the second factor. I think studying this in that way is easier than reading it from the book, so copy my notes and study it in that way. Now, mountains. To study mountains, I want you to see this. Okay, now this is an ocean. So wet air moves from the ocean until it reaches the first side of the mountain. As you saw here, I put an imaginary line to cut the mountain into two parts. The first part or the first side and the second side. Now this side is facing the wet air which is coming from ocean. So this side is wet side of the mountain. The mountain makes the air move up. So when it reached the top of the mountain, air cools and form clouds. So because clouds were formed, rain will fall down. Now after the wet or the water inside the air become rain and fall down, the air become dry. Okay, the air become dry as you see here. So because the air become dry, this side of the mountain is dry because the air that is coming from the top of the mountain is dry. So this place or this side will become dry. What will happen after this? Look here. Let's get back to the dry side of the mountain. The air will move down. Okay, I will write air here. So the air is dry and it is moving down this side. That make the place after it a desert or deserted, okay? So because the air is dry, that makes the area after the mountain or at the end of the mountain become a desert because the air is very dry. This is the third part of today's lesson. I know that today's lesson is kind of long and it has a lot of information. Study each part alone, try to understand it, and if you have any question, you can ask me. See you soon, grade 3.